Have you ever had one of those days where you feel like you're just going through the motions, kind of watching the clock tick by? Well, today we're diving into a really powerful idea from Ron W Rathbun that looks at two totally different ways of living. One where we're basically trapped by time, and another where we're truly alive in the moment. So let's get right into it.
So let's just start with this question, and I want you to actually take a second and think about it. Are you truly living your life, or are you just watching the clock? It sounds so simple, right? But the answer can tell you so much about how you're actually experiencing your day-to-day existence. You see, the core idea here is that we all tend to operate in one of two modes. And this has nothing to do with your personality. It's really about the lens you're seeing the world through. We're either in what's called a time-based experience, or we're in a live experience.
So on one side, you've got that time-based experience. Think of it like a race. It's linear, it's competitive, and it's constantly asking, hey, where do I stand compared to everybody else? But then, on the other side, you have the live experience. This isn't a race at all. It's much more like a dance. It's flowing, it's appreciative, and it's based on just accepting and living your own life, without that constant pressure of comparison.
And here's the thing. For most of us, that time-based mindset is just our default setting. We get so focused on our position in the world, on where we stand, that we totally forget to ask a much more important question. How am I actually living my own life right now?
So why do we get so stuck in this time-based trap? Well, the explanation lies in this concept called negative compartments. Let's kind of break down what that really means. Okay, so imagine these as little boxes of mental baggage that we carry around with us. We might, absorb one from a cynical friend, or we create one all by ourselves through harsh self-criticism. But no matter how we get them, they end up blocking our sense of freedom and our inner harmony. And this is how it becomes this vicious cycle. First, we absorb negativity from the outside world. Then, we pile on our own self-judgment. And before you even know it, we're trapped in this loop, just replaying the same feelings of disharmony over and over again, and that's what keeps us locked in that competitive, time-based way of thinking. But this is also where we find the key to breaking free. The idea here is that true freedom, it's an inside job. When we start to unpack these mental boxes, these negative compartments, we can finally start to experience time not as a cage, but as this open space where we can actually live.
So what's the alternative then? Well, it's the live experience. And what's so crucial to understand is that this isn't some mystical state you have to achieve. It's actually described as our natural state of being, something we just need to get back to.
This is such a simple but really profound point. This state of living is so natural that we can easily miss it. I mean, think about it. When you're genuinely happy, there isn't some little voice in your head going, I am now experiencing happiness. You're just happy. It's a quiet state, and if we're not paying attention, we can completely overlook it.
So, what does this live experience even feel like? Well, it's a state where comparison just evaporates. You're not measuring your happiness against how happy you were yesterday. You're simply accepting life as it unfolds. It's that feeling of freedom, right here, right now, and the genuine happiness that comes from it. And this brings up a pretty deep question for our own lives, right? If you see a beautiful sunset, but your mind is a million miles away worrying about work, did you really experience it? This is exactly why awareness is everything.
Okay, so we get the problem and we get the goal. But how do we actually get there? How do we shift from being trapped by time to really living in the present moment? Let's take a look at the path.
So the path really involves three key shifts in your mindset. First, you gotta find your own internal harmony instead of getting caught up in the chaos of the world. Second, you appreciate time by being fully present. And ironically, you feel its true value the most when you're not even aware that it's passing. And third, and this is a fascinating idea, you can use the things that confuse you or seem meaningless as opportunities to learn instead of just seeing them as frustrations.
And this really brings us to the most crucial point. Meaning isn't something we go out and find, it's something we create through appreciation. It's our focused, grateful attention that turns an ordinary moment into something extraordinary. Appreciation is the engine for this whole shift.
You can really boil it down to this. Time itself, it's neutral. It can be your foe, a source of constant pressure when you're not appreciating the moment. Or it can be your friend, this beautiful space where your life unfolds when you are. The only difference is your appreciation.
And this is really the ultimate call to action. We can't wait for the right time to have a better life.
The quality of our experience has nothing to do with the clock on the wall and absolutely everything to do with the presence that we bring to this exact moment.
And hey, for anyone who's looking for a more structured practice to cultivate this kind of awareness, the teachings these ideas come from do point to a specific tool. And it's designed to help you quiet the mind and learn to appreciate time.
So I'm going to leave you with one final question to carry with you. If you made a conscious decision right now to just stop comparing, to stop measuring your life against anybody else's, what do you think you would start to truly see?